So in my utilitarian philosophy, I believe that there really isn't a a living God at the moment, right now, as we speak. Right as I speak, there's no living God. My philosophy, my God, he's dead. He created the universe, and he died. But you might be wondering, should I, have a God? Should I believe in God? And I don't think you should. I don't think you should have a God, to worship and things like that. To me, I don't really understand when people need to worship a God. Like, I don't know why they need to worship. Like, people are like, oh, I need to worship. I have to worship. But what I've seen in my life is there's no point in worshiping something. If you're going to worship something, like you have to, like you feel like you have to worship just something, why don't you start a craft or start you know, like vlogging or TikTok or like something like that. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't even have to be social. Maybe artwork, something you want to keep private too. Like try something and that you can really create, and just have that as your little thing that you so called worship. Don't that's what I believe. You don't need like a god to reach out to or anything like that, because he's not gonna really say much back. God, if you listen closely, he doesn't say anything. The Bible talks about still small voice, but that's not true. That's not real. That's just somebody made that up back in the day and wrote it down in a little book, and that's what they say is the new way of believing and stuff like that, which is not true. It's not true at all. You know, that's just it's just there's no reason to worship anything. As I said, just keep on going with with your life and with the way you move and with the creation that you bring forward into the world, and really have that on the forefront of your mind in any situation. And that can really push you into different outstretched purposes in the world that you might have. That's really what brings you to a better outcome, a better life, a better way to live. And if you're really searching for control and power in your life, it starts with you. You have to gain control over yourself, over your body, over your mind, and then you can then take that controlled person and take that person out and have a fun time with yourself, and especially other people too. That's what the focus in life is about, is getting control over yourself. People are so wrapped up in this whole you know attaining power and stuff like that. I want to be in the president, so I can have this power. I want to be a representative for this. I want to have money to do this, and that's not really what should be your main goal in life. It should be to get control of yourself, get power within yourself, and then not take that and move that into life and whatever power may come to you. Don't take too much power, just as a grab. Take just enough so that you can really protect yourself, and that's all you really need. As long as you have the power to protect yourself, and money to protect yourself, you don't have to have anything else. And if you think about all I just said in this little segment of the video, there's no room to worship a god in the whole section. There's no room to worship a god. From that section, you learn how to really do life and live life, and you realize that there's no real time to worship a god. If you really are on your grind, on your work, there's no real reason to worship a god. There's really no reason. If from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you better be working, you better be grinding, and obviously there's break time. Obviously there's time where you rest. But there's no real time for that. So don't be hung over this idea of needing to worship a God, going to church. Obviously, how people around you, they might go to church. That doesn't mean you have to. It's just all about, what can you bring to yourself and to the people you bring close. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. You don't need to pick a God out. It's not go to Walmart shop for a God. It's not that type of world. You don't need to shop for a God. You ain't gotta do that. Of course, there's a lot of people that believe in one, and it gets kind of just can become mischievous just believing in God, because it really can make you just justify any action you really want to. So just take instead of that, just take responsibility for your actions. Say there is none, and it's all on you, and it's that simple. There's no reason to become a god. You know what I mean? There's no reason for that. Just focus on yourself, and your mind will follow. That's all you need to do. You want to win in life, focus on yourself and build security, and you just might prosper. So type in the comment section if you made it to the end of this video, because I could really you might have the idea for the next video. I'm just saying. So comment what you want in the next video. Comment, hey, I did this. Just let me know if this is really helping you and that you're actually watching the whole video, so that I can really make a better video next time, more complete video. And that's really what I'm hoping to do. This is really what I'm going to and trying to become for the better part of my life. That's really what I'm focused on. So please do what you gotta do. Please comment and see what happens. I just might make a better video tomorrow. So just be careful. And that's it. Let's go.